Hi, Whitney. What brings you in today?
Well, I just turned 27 last month. And it seems like every year I go through like a midlife, somewhat of a midlife crisis. I really just, sort of like questioning what I'm doing with my life.
Okay.
It's like, I started school, but then I think like, okay, well, should I start school then? I want to get a house, I work two jobs. I'm like, I want to find another job, but I don't know if I should or not, because then it'll affect school. And I'm just kind of feels like I'm kind of all over the place right now.
So you sound like you have a lot on your plate because you're overwhelmed with a lot of the things that you have going on. You want to get some things done,
Hmm.
but you're kind of undecided about what step you should take.
Right. Like I really just like I really don't know what direction to go into because I'm all for the most part with school. I've always done good at school, so it's like that's the logical choice. Go back to school. But then it's like, but then I want to, move forward in my career. Try to find something else, and it's like I feel like I'm at a standstill, just with life. It's just like passing me by with the same stuff over and over again.
So you feel like you're kind of in a repeated cycle with your life or how life is went. So you've kind of been kind of indecisive.
Right. Well, not indecisive, just I don't know. I guess indecisive, or just I wouldn't say indecisive. I guess more anxious and just kind of ready to get to the next phase of life, basically.
Okay. So you mentioned that you feel anxious.
Hmm.
How often do you have, you know, anxious feelings or feel anxiety?
I f- honestly, it's kind of like daily because it's like I just want to. Sometimes I just feel like I just want to get up and go and just go do something, just something new. Like I really just need a change of pace or just trying to. I don't know how to describe it. It's like just when you've been doing the same thing for so long, it's like where's the. I want to break from the monotony of everything.
So you sound like you want to kind of escape from your daily activities, your daily routine.
Right.
Now, with this anxiety, on a scale of 0 to 10,
Hmm.
0 being the least feeling of anxiety, and 10 being the most intense type feeling, where
Hmm.
would you say that you're at?
Um, I could give it about a five. Yeah, about a five. I think it's more. It's anxiety, but at the same time, it's more like restlessness. Like, yeah, about a five. I just want to do something else. I don't know. I feel like just basically, what I've been doing is not really getting me anywhere.
So, on top of all the things that you feel like you need to accomplish as far as, wanting to purchase a home,
Hmm.
finish school, with that on your list, then you want to invite the idea of doing something new, something different.
Yes. And it doesn't have to be anything more like out of the ordinary. Just, well, actually, it probably would be pretty big, like a new job, maybe. But I'm kind of conflicted with that because if I do get a new job, a new full-time job, then I have to let go of my part-time job, and then that'll also affect how I go to school. So it's kind of like I want to make a change, but I feel like I can't make a change right now. So I don't know. It's just I feel like I'm really just like between a rock and a hard place, basically. Um, I know that especially with me in school, eventually, you know, if I pass all the classes and graduate, that'll lead into, financially making more money, actually a new job. But it's like it's taking so long. I'm just starting the journey. I'm like, it's gonna be so long before I actually get to that point. It's like I'm ready to get there now.
So you're a bit anxious and somewhat impatient.
I guess so. Yeah. 'Cause I mean, especially I guess with the type of job that I do, you kind of notice when it's your time to go, and I've clearly noted that it's my time to kind of leave that place because there's no growth, there's no chance to elevate yourself, there's no real promotions that really get you outside of what you're already doing. So it's like I'm ready to leave that place, but then the question is, where do I go?
Okay. So I'm thinking I'm understanding where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You feel a bit stifled on
Yeah.
your job.
Right.
And so that's adding to the frustration of you wanting to go forward by continuing your education.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand how that could be a bit of a juggling game. Like,
Right.
I need this job to survive, support myself.
Mm-hmm.
Here at school with this level of intensity, but I need this. And so it's like,
Yeah,
not
push
sure.
and pull. Then, yeah, because now I'm starting to notice how my attitude kind of changes at the job because um, it's just frustrating to even walk into the building sometimes, just to even go in there. It's like you literally just feel like you can be like some of the people in there are literally like happy when they walk in a parking lot. They're happy, they're singing. As soon as they enter those doors, it's literally like their heads just hang down. They literally look drained. And that's kind of where I'm getting at too. And it's like I really don't see how people survive at that job. Like there's people who've done 10, 15, 20 years. I'm like, maybe, I don't know, they just get complacent with that job because I really don't see how people can do that job for decades and, be happy with it.
So, it also sounds kind of like you look at this job as really more or less of a stepping stone at this point.
Right.
You started it hoping maybe, things will progress and take off. It's not taking off. So you're just like, the attitude about it's just like, ugh, I just don't want to do this.
It's like clearly it's a dead end now, and there's really nowhere to go but out. But at the same time, it's like this is what I have to stay in right now, so it's kind of frustrating to, unless I just want to completely change my whole schedule, my whole life. I can't really do that right now, so it's like not being forced to stay in that same position, but I won't say forced, but not really having any other viable choices to leave.
So if you were to find a new job,
Uh-huh.
and with everything that you've expressed in regards to, you feeling pressure or you feeling the need to be further along in life,
Uh-huh.
do you think maybe, you have a different disposition towards working in a new job?
Definitely. Yeah. I actually have a friend that we were both doing the same job, and she actually said how she was feeling kind of stifled at the job. It was frustrating, just don't, you walk in, just don't want to be there. She actually went and got a job with lower pay, and although it's lower pay, she's couldn't be more happier. She you know, she literally sounds like a burden lifted off her shoulders. Eventually I want to get to that point, but right now I don't really see how that's gonna happen.
So you're ultimately hoping to be fulfilled
Right, by leaving that job.
in a sense, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Eventually one day. Well, yeah. One day. But, at the end of the day I am, making headway by going to school, attending school, and, trying to make the best of it, but it's hard.
So that is the bigger picture. The fact that you are in a place where you're not necessarily happy, but it is, meeting your survival needs, but the fact that you can kind of look at the bigger picture of, okay, I am in school, so I am getting somewhat steps closer
Right.
to leaving there.
Right. And then, once I'm able to do that, then I can, kind of, I have breathing room and I'll be able to, explore the career options and, just, make try my best to make a difference. Because, especially with that job now, like when I entered into it, it was like, yeah, well, I hated it at first, but then once I really just got into it, it was like, okay, well, I'm dealing with these girls, I'm dealing with you, so, I can really make a real impact in their life, talk to them, encourage them, motivate them to do better. And, but over time, you just look and you see the same kids coming in and out every single time doing the same thing. You ask them why they're in here, they'll lie to you. They say, of course, everybody's innocent, but then for sure that they did it, and it's like it's kind of discouraging.
So you say that it's discouraging. It's discouraging from the actual job requirements that you're expected to do, and also the relationships or the interactions that you have with the youth. So all the way around, it sounds like that is.
It's
really
frustrating because it's kind of frustrating because literally not too long ago there was a girl there who I'm so frustrated with her. She she was there for a year. So, this whole time everybody's talking to her. She's like, good behavior, positive behavior, doing everything right. Then she gets out. And so one day I'm just on Facebook. I'm looking on Facebook, people post videos and everything. A friend posted a video. So I click on a video. It's a video of a girl trying to fight a teenager, trying to fight a male teenager. A female teenager trying to fight a male teenager. I'm like, okay, that's not good. So they say that she's fighting him because he gave her an STD. So and like she's actually given the cameraman permission to take the video. So I'm like, well, this is ratchet. Then I look closer, and it's the same girl that was at the jail not too long ago. Like clearly, these talks, none of that stuff really matters. You don't listen. So, I mean, it's kind of like, what's the point now? Even though that's just one case, but it's like there's so many because they keep coming back. You keep seeing the same people. And you tell them, you ask them, are y'all doing good? Are y'all, how's everything going? And it's like, they clearly haven't learned any lesson from coming here. So, like, what's the point in caring? Or even trying?
I can understand how that would be, frustrating considering, the brighter side, it seemed like for you of your job was, the positive interaction that you could have on, the girls and making a difference, by being an example and also being that person they can talk to. What are some things that could possibly change your mood, outside of work and school?
Possibly change my mood. Well, two of the things I do now, I know I probably shouldn't do is drink and smoke. That really changes my mood. I guess one of the more positive things I do is listen to music and meditate for the most part. I also have my best friend. I just talked to her today. We always vent off each other. She talks about her job. I talk about my job. Another thing I do, I just take some days off just to relax and recoup, and then might go to like a social event to just blow off some steam.
Okay, so you are aware of some things that you can do for self-care to kind of get yourself back in a place to where you can be centered,
right?
Not necessarily feeling so gloomy or down from having to go into your job.
Yeah, just really enjoy being able to just forget about it. Like, I took a week off not too long ago. That was so enjoyable. I kind of had a bad attitude when I came back though, but I kind of got over it.
Now you mentioned a bad attitude.
Yeah.
How often does this bad attitude show its face? How often does it show up?
Not too often. Of course, when people see me for the most part, they think I have a bad attitude because I'm not. I have a muted expression, I guess, so it's not really. Can't really tell how I'm feeling when you first see me, but it's actually not too often. I don't let too much stuff bother me. Now that I'm in with my job now, they have me in a section where it's just closed off from everybody. You know, people come in and out every now and then, and that kind of bothers me because once I'm in a section, I like my peace and my quiet, and then people coming in with the keys and the radio and slamming the doors. I have a problem with that, but I'm able to kind of, just look over it. So, that attitude probably comes around. I'm not gonna say once a month. That would be a lot. No, it does come out like when I'll say once a week, because when I first get back to the job after being off, it's like, but then once after the next day, it kind of just become back acclimated to the situation.
Okay, so you say it shows up once a week.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not so intense,
Mm-hmm.
or 10 being super intense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's actually not that intense. I don't get that upset that easily. I actually try to control my anger. I don't get upset like that. It might be dangerous for some people if I do that. I'll say about a 2.
Okay, and a 2 you would describe that as what?
A 2 is just maybe like the look, or it won't be verbal. It'd be more passive aggressive, like just give you a mean look or something. But other than that, it's not really anything major. It's not overt, I guess.
Y'all are over 15 minutes now.
All right.